Hello and welcome to my COVID-safe virtual recital. Thank you for being here. I hope you are comfortable, relaxed, and in good spirits despite the difficult times. I would firstly like to thank my teacher Chase Sanborn for being one of the best advisors through all the 3 years of studying with him. But this year in particular, he has been a tremendous support system, advisor, educator, and role model for myself. Throughout these difficult times, having a team, including our registrar Nalani, Mike Murley, Eddie, and several others at the Faculty of Music, I would not have been able to succeed this year without them. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate and thank you for your dedication to my success throughout one of the most difficult years of our life. Now, my name is Elliot Fardad. I'm 30 years old, and I've returned to U of T to finish my degree after about 8 years of leaving in my 4th year. What a year to come back to. But since school, I got a job, worked my way up a little bit, traveled a bunch, until about 2018 when I took a trip to Tanzania. My aunt and uncle were living there at the time, but little did I know that this trip would change my life and get me back into my truest passion, music. I became a musical director for a local musical in Tanzania called Bahati, meaning luck, which promoted feminine unity through music, acting, and dance while using art to converse about some staggering cultural norms that disproportionately affected women and still affect women. I gigged, played, recorded, taught, wrote music with local bands, and the music in Tanzania was a perfect intersection of who I am. When I was 16, I spent 5 months in Ghana before coming to U of T, where I fell in love with African culture, food, the environment, the people, the language, the history, and the music, of course. Tanzania also has a unique history of Persian settlers on Zanzibar, influencing a style of music called tarab, which is still largely played. My dad is Persian, and since my grandparents passed away in 2008, I've had very little connection to that side of my heritage. Going to Tanzania gave me freedom through a new perspective of fusion music, culture, language, and food. Tanzania's colonial past through the British Empire connects my mom to the land and gave me a unique sense of comfort and familiarity in some spaces, while also being in a completely different world as soon as you get out of them, and even within them. Within this new landscape, I found a new perspective of how I can shape my music, and more importantly, what I want to do with my music. So I quit my job, I reapplied for U of T, and went back to Tanzania until my audition for about 5 months. I'm very excited to present this project to you. My music connects my multi-layered cultural upbringing, my travel experience, and my time at U of T. Harmonically, I try to fuse Persian, drone, and bass lines, and scale your approach with East and West African claves, Afro-pop drums, with more electronic, modern instrumentation, lots of R&B influences, funk, jazz, and heavy improvising. Now, with the exception of one song, I wrote, produced, played every instrument, arranged, sing, rap, wrote my own lyrics, video editing, etc. Everything on this recital. It was a lot of fun to do for this project, but at times it was very daunting because so much of it was new. It was a great experience through one of the toughest years of my life to do something different. So the music you're about to hear is not traditional jazz, and it's highly based on fusing these different aspects of who I am, my experiences. So funk, Afro-pop, Middle Eastern pop, and traditional music, R&B, jazz, electronic music, disco, etc. The music is all theme-based, that is improvised, that has a strong improvised backing. Every song has a story attached to it, and I will briefly introduce every song to give you some context of its origin. The first song is a song called Bahali, which is a Persian word meaning exciting and interesting, and I use it as a metaphor to describe the intersectionality of my musical development, being half Iranian, half English, and spending almost 5 years of my life in Africa, as well as traveling to other countries. My first time in Dar es Salaam, everything seemed new to me. I felt the land's mysticism, excitement, and the natural beauty the country offers. Zanzibar, which is just off the coast of Tanzania, was first occupied by the Persians in the 17th century and has a unique musical cultural influences between Persian, Tanzanian, Indian, British, Arabic. Zanzibar is rich in its history, culture, and food and environmental diversity for such a small island. However, it's also a party island, hosting some of the wildest parties in the world on some of the best beaches in the world. And Bahali is about the excitement, the interest, and the mysticism of the island of Zanzibar and my own self-discovery through similar influences. Simple melodies, danceable music with strong ethnic ties and instrumentation is the theme I'm going for. So the clave is the traditional African rhythm, Middle Eastern instruments and melodies, as well with my colonial instrument, the trumpet, along with pads and ambience, create a sense of mysticism, curiosity, and the feeling for discovery in the unknown, the want, the cravingness, the draw to that. So there's some strong melodic lines in the middle of the piece, which offer the listener a sense of familiarity and beauty to contrast some of the more harsher parts. So please enjoy, and welcome to my recital.